Frontline is made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Late Tuesday afternoon, just hours after the destruction of the World Trade Center and the attack on the Pentagon, the CIA and FBI briefed political leaders in Washington that their search for the terrorists was focusing on one name above all others. And as the rapidly unfolding investigation has identified the hijackers, federal officials now say the suicide bombings were carried out by followers of that man, Islamic militant Osama bin Laden.
In the history of terrorists, no one has come up with vision of destruction and a willingness to carry it out like him.
For years, this one man has taunted, threatened, and frustrated the United States. But who is he? The U.S. government has tried to link him to nearly every act of Islamic terrorism against Americans in the 90s, from the 1993 attack on the World Trade Center, to the bombings of U.S. military installations in Saudi Arabia, to the 1998 bombings of 2 U.S. embassies in Africa.
The United States launched an attack this morning on one of the most active terrorist bases in the world.
He has survived retaliation
Did you kill bin Laden?
and eluded the U.S. counterintelligence net.
We have no idea where bin Laden's whereabouts.
Re-emerged this week, his followers named as the chief suspects in the worst terrorist attack in history.
I think the enormity of the strike, designed to amaze the world, to astonish the world, that's always one of his goals.
Tonight, America's long, frustrating hunt for Osama bin Laden.
This special edition of Frontline, a co-production with the New York Times, is anchored by Bill Moyers.
Good evening. The search for the victims continues tonight. The grieving has hardly begun. It's not possible now even to imagine the consequences still to come from the vicious, cold-blooded, and devastatingly successful terrorism that virtually brought America to a standstill this week. Who did it? Who could inspire, direct, and link such a complex operation? Who had the resources, the network, the money, and the motive to pull it off? So far, the most conspicuous suspects are followers of Osama bin Laden. This is a familiar name, because bin Laden had already become the symbol of hatred toward America. 2 years ago, Frontline investigated the world of Osama bin Laden. 2 bombs had just struck another pair of American targets. We're updating that Frontline report tonight because once again, Americans want to know, who is this man, bin Laden?
The bombers set off in the morning for downtown Nairobi. Their target, the United States Embassy, was located at one of the busiest intersections in the city. Their truck was carrying 2,000 pounds of TNT. "213 people died. 5,000 were wounded." Four minutes later, 600 miles away, in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, another bomb. Another 11 people died, another 85 wounded. The question was why, and to what end? U.S. Ambassador to Kenya, Prudence Bushnell.
For 2 nights after the bombing, I was plagued with the question, what's the point? And really, what is the point? And since then, I have heard what the point is, because Mr. bin Laden explained the point. The point, he says, is, I hate Americans,